There's a problem with the first Mythic NFT Funko Pop. Have you heard the news?
I can't avoid the news, Chris.
No, not all that. No, have you heard the Funko news? Sorry, I know that the news is kind of fucked up right now.
I was talking about the Funko news.
Oh, you are?
It's all over my Facebook feed, my Instagram feed, probably Snapchat.
The news I'm talking about is how Big Lots went away.
You pointed that out like 2 days ago, and it's been gone for like 9 months.
Where am I going to buy all my stale food? I loved my stale food.
You never bought food there.
Oh, I used to eat it all the time. I used to buy it and eat it in the aisle so you didn't know.
You are lying
Like a
to
weird
me.
little fucking raccoon. I squirreled away a lot of very disgusting snacks.
I thought you were a raccoon. Now you're a squirrel?
Anyway, besides that Big Lots news, let's talk about Funko.
That's what I was trying to do. The big, what is it, Mecha Freddy or something? The big ones from the Mythic Pack.
The Battle Mech Freddy?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the Mythic Pack. So how much?
$499 count?
Yeah.
Yeah?
How much is a Mythic Pack?
$300?
$300?
I don't know. You're asking me? I have no idea. $100?
Isn't it like 150 or something?
Yeah, sure. It's $150.
It's the Battle Mech Freddy is what it's called?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know!
I think it's the Battle Mech Freddy.
Okay, so the Mythic Packs are $129.99, so $130, and there are 30 cards per pack. The issue with this is they are guaranteed a physical NFT pop, which in this case was the Battle Mech Freddy, and unfortunately quite a few have come damaged. These pops have almost like an energy coming out of his hand. That energy is like breaking off like inside of the box, whether it be during transit or maybe it came that way from the manufacturer. We don't know when exactly it broke off,
I
but
thought it was a weapon.
whatever
It's
it is,
energy?
it looks like energy to me.
It's a sword.
You're the one that told me to do this video. I don't know what that is.
It's a Battle Mech Freddy holding a sword that broke off.
Okay, so his sword broke off inside the pack, and people are receiving this pop with a piece of their pop rattling around in there.
Do your homework. This is embarrassing. Anyway, people are spending $130 to get a broken Freddy Funko Pop. That doesn't sound weird coming from Drop, does it, Heather?
No.
Drop's had a lot of problems over the years where they deliver stuff to you, it comes in damaged.
So there was a situation where people were supposed to receive a Grail Funko Pop, but they were receiving Soda Legendaries instead, which was a big boo-boo.
So there have been problems over the years. However, I would say that this is probably the most minimal issue. I know that sounds shocking, and I'm going to explain why it's a minimal issue.
Okay, please explain.
But first, I'd like you to know about MischiefToys.com, which is our independent toy company. And we have a brand new figure up on the website right now. It's our Sketch Ghastly figure. He is amazing, and if you purchase him, you have a shot at our Valentine's Day figure. We just showed our patrons this figure, and it is killer, bro. So go over to MischiefToys.com, buy your Sketch Ghastly for your chance to purchase a Valentine's Day figure that is limited to 214 pieces. You know, with there being 255 of Sketch Ghastly, if Sketch Ghastly would sell out, only the people who bought Sketch Ghastly will get the Valentine's Day figure.
Or get the shot at it.
So make sure you go to MischiefToys.com and also follow us on Instagram at Mischief Toys. Okay, so now the shameless self-promotion is out of the way. Let's talk about this Funko Pop. We're going to get in the nitty-gritty. We're getting down and dirty, baby. And that's how I like it. If you didn't know me, I like it. Was that too much? Okay, let's go back many years. All the way back to 2017. Remember 2017?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. I believe that's actually the year that Thor Ragnarok came out, which I loved.
Absolutely. And back then, a Hulk 10-inch figure for Thor Ragnarok came out, and it was in all the Target stores.
You mean to tell me that what I just said has anything to do with this video?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know you're smart. I've been telling you that. You got glasses on. That's a telltale sign. So for those who might not have been around for this, this is the Ragnarok Hulk that had a broken off hammer. And what were people doing back then? They were buying these figures most of the time at a reduced rate and gluing the hammer back on. I remember there for a while when you would go into Target, there were literally only damaged ones left over because people wouldn't purchase them. So I think they were marked down to like $5 or $10. It was something like ludicrous, but people were gluing them, they were fixing them, and they looked brand spanking new. Here we are, years later after that huge foul up by Funko. But this time it includes an NFT limited to 499 pieces Funko Pop. Now I can understand why people would be upset about this. You have to wait a considerable amount of time to get the Funko Pop in hand. It is a bummer when you receive it only to find it broken.
Yes, and on top of that, these people spent $130 when retail for these pops are typically what, like 50 to 55 these days, just to receive a broken pop.
So, you're probably expecting us to bash the ever living crap out of this, and I'm not going to do that. The reason why I'm not going to do that is because it's the old saying, Heather, poopy doop happens.
Nobody says that. The Thor Ragnarok figure is relevant because this was an issue before, and you would imagine that Funko would say, you know what, this didn't work out, we're going to try something different. Although, I feel like comparing the damage to this particular figure with the Ragnarok Hulk is a bit unfair because that hammer was super top heavy and that's what was falling off, where the piece that's falling off of this, it's almost as if it's like too thin or something. Like it's sort of just snapping, where I feel like with the hammer it was like it had some weight to it.
Energy or sword or what do you
Whatever
think
it
this
is,
thing
I don't know. I don't know. One thing I would suggest to Funko, which they should have learned with the Hulk when there's anything that, you know, could potentially break, is maybe adding an additional piece of plastic insert inside of that pop. Like if they had something sort of surrounding that sword that almost like kept it secure within that insert, I feel like this would have worked a lot better. Like, I feel like the reason these are broken is because they're moving around in transit.
Very good observation, Heather. So we've received a ton of emails, a ton of photos showing us what is going on with this Funko Pop. Because, of course, this is not something that we ended up buying. But in the emails that we've received, people are asking what they should do next. Basically, hey, I have this broken thing. Can you make a video talking about it? As a person who makes YouTube videos, I think about, well, yeah, that's a great topic.
Yeah.
How should we do this? Should we go gung-ho and it's trash? Or should we talk about this in a very real way?
Let's go with real.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, real. Let's be
Heather,
real.
I want to trash it.
Okay, trash it, and then I'll be real.
No, you just took the fun out of it. God. It smells like farts in here. Did you fart too?
No, I think that was you.
Oh. I did. So people are asking us what they should do. Well, of course, you should go and email Drop. And we actually had somebody email us stating that they weren't entirely sure what the response would be from Drop if they would email them. If you email Drop, they will help you with this scenario. And how do I know that? The same person who said they were afraid to email Drop found resolution. Now they're getting a replacement, which is great. You don't look like you think it's great. You okay?
No, I think it's fantastic, but I wanted to talk about a different thing this has made me think about. It's made me think about how impatient we as collectors are. These things just started arriving in hand, and people are complaining publicly about this issue, which is fine. You can say, you know, this is an issue. Has anyone else experienced this? Like, I saw some posts today which made it seem like this is BS. I get it, and it's frustrating, but I think you need to allow whatever company you're dealing with time to resolve your issue. Okay, for example, if someone emailed Drop like 3 days ago and Drop came back and they're like, sorry, you're shit out of luck, enjoy your broken Funko Pop, that would be a problem. But the fact that Drop hasn't even had time to respond to a lot of people, it seems like a bit much.
Drop hasn't had enough time to do anything about it. Like, how would they do anything if they don't know?
Exactly, but I don't really want to say it's unfair because I understand people's frustrations too. Because they've spent so much money on this pop and like you had mentioned, so much time waiting for it.
Well, I think that's the biggest problem here, right? People are bummed out that they received this Funko Pop. It is broken. They waited for a long time. They spent a good amount of money on it. It's the very first of its kind. Yeah. This was going to be a very big deal for some of these collectors, or if not all the collectors, right? Also, the other problem with this is that when they receive this, most people like to take it to eBay and they like to sell it. So now they've received it, it's broken, and they can't turn around and make a profit.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's another issue. And I just so happened to look up how much these are selling over on eBay just because I was wondering. So $309.99, $320, and $400. That has a delivery of $37.85.
That's insane.
That is ludicrous, and I'm not talking about the famed rapper, because I never talk about him or his area codes.
He's got hoes.
I know he does, Heather.
A lot of them.
I know.
And they're in different area codes.
They are.
Area codes.
I know, yeah, I know, yeah. Anyway.
Hoes.
Anyway.
Hoes.
People are really bummed out about all of this, and we understand it. However, to Heather's point, you have to reach out to Drop. The person had stated in their email, which I understand, they're not entirely sure what the response will be. But what we can safely say is that Drop is very responsive.
Lately. There was a problem before.
Yes.
But I think that's since been resolved.
But they have been really great lately. And I think the biggest issue is that people are like, this is a $4.99 count. It's a very low count figure. And they all sold out, right? Because they had to sell out all those packs. What happens with replacements? This basically proves that there are replacements available for people who might have a damaged piece.
Which there should be. There absolutely should be. Now, there would be a major issue if those replacements were sold later down the line, because then they're not being honest with like the true piece count that's out there or whatever. But if you have stuff on hand that you can destroy or whatever the case may be, or maybe not even all $4.99 were actually redeemed.
Oh, very good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because sometimes people wait until the very last minute and have those unopened packs listed on the marketplace. Were they all redeemed? I don't know the answer to that.
No clue.
There are so many people that'll say like, I forgot to redeem it.
Yeah.
What can I do?
That's crazy too. If you're not in the NFT world, you actually have to get the card that you can redeem for a physical piece. And there's a time that's allotted for you to do that. But if you don't do it, then you don't get the physical piece. So you have to redeem it.
Yeah, you forfeit it. Anyway, I guess my point is they should have items to replace any damaged items.
Absolutely agree with you, Heather. I agree with you a lot. A lot. But here's the deal. These Funko Pops are showing up broken. We're seeing handfuls of these. I know people are upset. You may be one of those people, but we can assure you, at least in this current time, that Drop will help you out. So make sure that you email them, because that is the only way this is going to get resolved. Us coming on here and trashing the ever-living crap out of them, I don't know if it'll do much.
No, I mean, I think you have to take the proper channels first, and then if they don't do anything about it,
then we will.
Oh, I will scream at them.
Thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Yes, I would specifically scream at Patrick.
We will give them verbal spankings.
They might like that.
So, what do you guys think about all of this? We want to know all that and more in the comment section down below. Were you affected by this? Have you emailed Drop? Are you worried about emailing Drop? Do not worry about emailing them. Email them right away so you can get this resolved and fixed. I'm not even entirely sure what the resolution is. If this person we talked to has to send it back and then they get a replacement. I didn't see anything in their email in regards to that. Maybe they're still waiting for instruction. We would like to know that. If you know that, in the comment section down below as well. Is it energy or a sword? That's what we're trying to resolve here. That's what we're trying to resolve.
It actually looks more like a Christmas tree to me, but I don't think it is.
In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons for Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Mischief Maker Mikey, Annette Carpenter, Tyler P., Matt Schloss, Magenta Borealis, Derek Rohn, David Hutchinson, Raymond Melendez, Mitch Hayes, and Jorge Mendez. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. There, you can learn about Mischief Toys things that are upcoming that no one else is learning. You can also win some really great prizes. You can hang with us, you can laugh with us. It is a really great time, and we get so much great feedback from our patrons loving our monthly Google Meet calls. They are the best. We can look at each other face to face. Go over to patreon.com/Gastlecast and join today and show your support. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. You don't want to miss our new content. We have a blast here, and we go live every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. That's all we've got for you. Thank you so much for staying until the end. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.